What's up, everyone? This is James at Locking the Value and Copy My Crypto, talking to you today about the wonderful world of crypto. Um, Everyone's going to be different. Some people might not be feeling overly wonderful. Obviously, we've got the death cross that has finally occurred, and the market is having somewhat, well, not a major one, but a small mini correction. The big sort of indicator of how this death cross is going to be perceived will be tomorrow, when all institutions and everyone start trading again, and we'll see how the market really affected around half 1 on Monday, half 2 on Monday. But it's not overly dramatic so far. I mean, it may very well, we might wake up and it might have dropped another few thousand, but this is sort of in line with what I expect would happen, really, is that we'd have a few days of this. Now, I think it's 3 out of the last 7 death crosses have actually resulted in positive movements. So it might be the case that we're going to have a small mini correction before a run. This cycle just seems so far away from being done. I know people keep talking about the volume being low, and the volume is low, but if you actually look at it compared to when, oh God, if we look at the market compared to when Bitcoin was in the sort of 50,000s, 57,000. Look at, this volume is, if anything, lower than what it is right now. So the fact that there are people still in the market and still really making moves, whether it's negative or positive, it feels like we're a way away. We're still not at the blow off top. So I'm still very, very, I mean, I'm always thinking long on crypto, but yeah, this is not a major concern at all for me. Tomorrow is going to be the big indicator when everyone's trading and the stocks are open and everything. But yeah, today I want to talk about Solana. Anyway, before I get into that, spreadsheets update. These were just the first 26 coins I spoke about on the channel. I thought we'd crush it in this bull cycle. Invested $100 into each. You'd be in profit for 21 grand. And that's off the back of what's been like about a 3-week really downturn in the market. So it's not too bad. I'm only in a few of these. The rest are in cryptos. I'm certain we'll do better and have better potential and better returns on investment, whether it's through opportunities or whether it's through interest or staking or whatever. And if you're brand new to crypto, or even if you've been in a while, you want to check it out. The link is in the description. It might give you a different perspective if you've been in crypto a while. And if you're new to crypto, it might just help give you a little bit of guidance, which is always helpful. Anyway, links in the description. Right, Solana. Solana is currently trading at $33.83. It's like all-time high was around $50. Now, Solana is often referred to as an Ethereum killer. I've always said I hate the phrase Ethereum killer. It's just a separate blockchain. There's no Ethereum killer. There's no Bitcoin killer. There's none of that. Like, the whole point of the future of the crypto space is that blockchain is going to be able to interoperate. Hence, something like Polkadot. That's what it's working towards, right? But a lot of people are really bullish on Solana. And there you go, so-called Ethereum killer. But it's partly a clickbait headline. But this is actually a pretty good article. I recommend people read it. So Solana's obviously a lot newer, and it's been in testing phase for ages. So there's still that uncertainty in a new project that you have to be aware of, although the team's immense. And it's like that within crypto. Any new project is effectively like a new business. 90% of them fail. So you've got to bear that in mind with investments and take it with a pinch of salt if one fails, or learn from it. Try not to make the same mistake again. So Solana can actually do around 65,000 transactions per second. That is immense, and that's what we need for some of the bigger blockchains. Like Ethereum's is just winds everyone up. The speed is not good enough. But Solana's is very good. Big advantage there on Ethereum. Although remember, I don't consider it an Ethereum killer. Um, and what I'm quite looking forward to is the fact that Solana actually has potential as an actual payment solution because of the speed of transactions. The fees for transactions is about 25 0.25 cents, right? So the fees are exceptionally cheap. And long term, we all have to be aware that there are going to be payment solutions, and they'll probably end up being stable coins to some degree. But any crypto that ends up being a payment solution can only benefit from that and will probably have a really good running price. Solana has the potential. And like I said, it's the Ethereum has a first mover advantage. So the downside for Solana is because it's still in testing phases, we can't be certain about the longevity of the project. That it looks really, really good. But Investor Place, this article references the battle between Betamax and VHS. VHS won just because it was widely adopted. And that was it. That was like the tech was better for Betamax. Um, Now, I'm not going to go through this whole article because there's a few bits and bobs that I want to cover. Now, one thing that I'm really positive on with Solana is their long-term vision. I love the long-term vision. Um, so where is it? Right. Solana itself has but I mean, this is a bit old, this article, 12 billion, it's about 9.5. But the long-term goal of Solana wants to disrupt Wall Street and the rest of the global markets. Now, I love that as an aspiration, and that's not an easy thing to do. But the goal is to build an open, fair, censorship-resistant global marketplace. Now, if they succeed in this, that's better than anything up and running on the stock markets. And that's something that actually I sort of expect over the course of time, is that we are going to start seeing tokenized stocks. And tokenized stocks potentially could be traded throughout the entire day, 24 hours a day. Um, and that's obviously better than anything that we would see in the New York Stock Exchange or anywhere else. And it's a huge aspiration, but really like it. Everything they want to do, everything that we do makes to make this thing faster and faster results in the better censorship resistant and therefore better markets. The price discovery is what I imagine is the killer use case for decentralized public networks. Can we be the world's price discovery engine? That's an interesting question to ask, and it's something worth pursuing. If you can do that, hell, that would be wonderful. And it would give regular people the opportunity to invest into stocks and shares, or even commodities or equities, so much easier than presently. Because presently, most of it, you either get yourself a Vanguard or you've got yourself a wealth manager or whatever it is, right? So having the ability to have stocks and shares tokenized completely would mean there's no barrier to entry for everyone. That would be actually a really wonderful opportunity. So long-term vision, I love it. Absolutely love it. And finally, Adam Cochran. Now, if you're not familiar, he's like a crypto OG, and he's been talking about why he's so bullish on Solana. And there were just a couple points I really wanted to pick up on. Um, so he was saying that the potential for Solana to essentially be the processing layer, to become a processing layer for effectively for Ethereum, um, could actually have a huge provide Solana with huge growth potential. Um, and if Sol does continue to grow and it catches the new Binance chain users, that would become a and become a key processing chain, then it could capture an enormous market cap. Even if it only captured a $60 billion market cap, meaning 30% less than Binance's was at its peak, it would weigh in at about $152 per SOL, or 226 at current dilution. Now, bear in mind, right now it's priced at about 33.83, and that's under the assumption of no market growth. And Adam Cochran's statement is that seems naive. At conservative growth rates of the market of even 15% over the next year, it could capture 300 to 350 in terms of price range, which is quite staggering. So yeah, um, but the biggest thing, and something that everyone's really starting to get bullish on more than anything, is the potential for DeFi protocols within Sol. So DeFi protocols, governance infrastructure, and NFTs cement heavily in the ETH ecosystem. And Sol, with its transactions per second and its low expense in terms of transactions, offers far greater opportunity in that DeFi world. And the DeFi world is going nowhere. And I still think it's set for a second wave. And if it has a second wave, and when Sol's moved out of testing phase, and it'll probably have a third and a fourth and a fifth wave, by the way, and infinite waves, really. But as Sol moves out of testing phase and the infrastructure is up and ready to work, DeFi within Sol could be enormous. Could be enormous because, again, the issue with Ethereum has always been fees and speed, right? You know, when you get into these gas wars because you're trying to override a transaction that's been before you, so you pay more, and then they pay more, or they speed it up, so then you have to speed up. That's the problem with Ethereum. And it's one thing that I was spoken about with Elrond that I'm positive about is the transaction fees are very, very low. When they get into DeFi, that could be a real game changer. Solana's the same, except Solana's got a crazy good infrastructure as well. They both do. But the more I look at Sol, the more excited I am about it. And there's some real potential. Um, so yeah, but I mean, I can't get through all of it, all of Solana, because there's an insane amount to unpack for Solana. But currently, from its previous high, which was, let's say, around there, we're looking at around $55. So it's 40% down. 40% down from its all-time high. So if we see for it to recover back to that point now, if you invest, you're looking just about 75% return. If you invested in Solana and it hits its all-time high again. But yeah, I'm liking it. I'm really liking it. Yeah, and there's like I said, there's a lot to unpack within Solana. You know, I've overlooked tons. I'm well aware, but there's too larger topic or a larger blockchain to cover in one video. But I do recommend you read these, particularly as much as there was some clickbait stuff with the Investor Place. This is actually a pretty good article. This is just a rundown of Adam Cochran's statements about why he's so bullish on Solana and Ethereum. He wasn't negating Ethereum. Yeah. Anyway, that's it from me. Keep an eye on the markets, but I don't think we're not going to see too much dramatic. Maybe up to a 10% drop, but I can't see more than that. I think tomorrow, Monday afternoon, that's going to be where we see how big a move Bitcoin, etc., is going to make now that the death cross has happened. So yeah, but stay calm, stay relaxed, trying to stress about the markets. And if you're brand new to crypto, check out Copy My Crypto. Easy way for you to see what I'm holding, a rundown of why I'm holding it, and the opportunities every single coin presents. Um, and you want that in your portfolio. Anyway, that's it. Take care and stay safe. Bye, guys.